An automobile assembling factory produced cars and trucks in the ratio 10:3. So what we know is that the initial ratio is 10:3. And when 50 cars and 20 trucks were produced in the next month, now we have a new number here. 50 cars and 20 trucks were produced or added, right, in the next month. The ratio of the number of cars and trucks in the factory became 3:1. So that's the after ratio. So we have three kinds of information here: the ratio at first, and then the change in numbers, and then you have the ratio at the end. Now let's draw a table. This type of problem is called simultaneous equations, though here we will try to attempt to do it using model method. So first we have to draw a table which lists down, okay, what is the initial ratio, or we call it as the before ratio. The ratio before is in 10:3, and what is the change? The change is in actual numbers, which is 50 and 20, and they are increasing, so we indicate by plus 50 plus 20 here. And after, we have got 3:1. The ratio is 3:1. Now let's see how we could use this or show this information in model diagrams. So let's see. This, what you have here at first, only ratios are provided. These are not actual numbers. So ratios of the number of cars to the number of trucks is provided. For the change, we have the actual number of cars and trucks that are given. And for after situation, we have again only ratios, and these are not actual numbers. Now let's try to represent them in using model diagrams. So here we have 10 car units. Because it's in ratio, we know that 1 unit here is equal to 1 unit of the truck. So 1 unit of the car is equal to 1 unit of the truck, and so there are 10 car units as shown here and 3 truck units. So as mentioned, in the ratio 10:3, 1 unit of car is equal to 1 unit of truck. Because they are in ratio, their unit sizes would be the same, right? And the same applies for change, or for the ratios after the change. So this is shown here: 3 units of cars and 1 unit of truck as shown here. Now we try to establish a relationship between the before. We call this as before units, all right? And then this is after units. So if you take about the cars, there are 10 before units, and what happened? We added up 50 cars, all right? So 10 before units plus 50, and that is equal to 3 after units. So first thing to note is that the unit sizes here is not the same as the unit sizes in the after unit. So this is called before unit, and this is called after unit, right? And the unit sizes are not the same, so we are going to compare them. How do we compare them? 10 before units plus 50 cars. When you add 50 cars, it becomes 3 of the after units. Now this is how we equate them. So initially we have this 10 before units plus 50, that gives us 3 after units. Similarly for the trucks, we have 3 before units plus 20 gives us 1 after unit. So now we're just going to write this something like an equation. For the cars, we have 10 before units plus 50 gives us 3 after units. For the trucks, we had 3 before units. When 20 was added to the 3 before units, it became 1 after unit. So this we have written in the form of an equation. Let's see how to handle this using model method. Now this is the equation that we just saw, and you can see that the 3 after units here is 1 after unit. We want to make these two the same so that we can equate them. How do we do that? Is we take this, all right, 3 before units plus 20 equals 1 after units. Here it's 3 after units. So we just want to make 3 or take 3 sets of this, so that here we will have 3 after units. So how do we do that? We times 3 for this particular part, which becomes 3 times 3 before units becomes 9 before units, and 20 times 3 becomes
60.
That is equal to 3 after units. So we are just going to make the after units the same for these two, so that we could compare the before units that are shown on the left hand side. Since the right hand side is equal, the left hand side should also be equal. So 10 before units plus 50, since these two are equal, we can say that is equal to 9 before units plus 60. And we're going to show that in pictures. This is 10 before units plus 50 shown here, right? And we are showing 9 before units plus 60. You see that the unit sizes are the same because both of them represent before units. So that 1 unit here is equal to 1 unit here. Right? So when you compare these two from the diagram, we can see that this is the area we are interested in, because here you have 1 unit plus 50, which is equal to 60. So this 1 unit plus 50 is equal to 60. So 1 before unit is 60 minus 50, which is equal to 10. So based on what we've seen so far, there are 3 before units for the truck and 10 before units for the car. So car is equal to 10 before units, which is, we have already seen that 1 before unit is 10, so 10 times 10 gives us 100. So that's for the cars. There were 100 cars at first, and for the trucks is equal to 3 before units, which is 3 times 10 is equal to 30. So the number of cars at first was 100, and the number of trucks at first was 30. Thanks for watching. Thank you.